What up, though? This is GT Media Reviews reviewing Far Sector #1. I picked this up on New Comic Book Day and decided to give it a shot. Uh, Before I get into anything about the book, I'm not all that familiar with this Green Lantern. Apparently, it's a new character. I've never read anything by N.K. Jemisin. I do know Jamal Campbell from his covers on Power Rangers from Boom Studios, and I like him as an artist. He also has done the Naomi series with Brian Michael Bendis, and that series was pretty good. Far Sector features a Green Lantern named Sojourner Mullion or Mullen, and she's basically in the furthest section of the galaxy or furthest sector of the galaxy, and there aren't really any Green Lanterns out there. She doesn't even know if this sector has a number. So right off the bat, I'm going to tell you this. There's a lot of chatter online about this book being woke, SJW, or something to that effect. I didn't really pick up that vibe when I was reading it. The vibe I did pick up, though, is that this book is kind of drab and boring. And I hate to say that because I always like to see our people of color or African American writers get a chance and artists succeed, but I really wasn't feeling this book and I really can't recommend it. So, part of the problem I have with this book is that there's almost next to no action in it. We have uh, this sector's first murder in like 500 years. So, our Green Lantern is obviously a space cop, so she's investigating the case. She's doing the forensics on it. She's talking to the townspeople and trying to keep them calm and stop them from panicking because this is like the first murder in like 500 years. The problem is that this isn't really going to go well for these people. When people were excited about seeing a Green Lantern, they asked her like, "Hey, he thought Green Lanterns fly," uh, and she's like, "I didn't feel like it today," or whatever. And you get a lot of scenes of the Green Lantern walking around, interacting with people, and you get next to no action in this book. So this really isn't a big deal, but when you have a new character, new series, or something like that, you kind of want some action here. Um, it's a lot of politics and it's a lot of politicking. The artist, fantastic. Jamal, he's never going to let you down. The book looks good. One problem I have here is, and I'm not sure if it's coming across in the images that I'm showing, it's that the colors are kind of drab. So if you factor in the colors with the script being kind of bland and not nothing really happening, basically what you get is a bland comic. And because there's no action in it, and we're basically in conversation mode with this book, what I'm expecting is that the story is going to be decompressed, and 9 out of 10 is going to read better in trade. Nothing wrong with a trade paperback, but if you have a trade, if you're reading better in trade, I really don't want to pay $3.99 an issue for a story that doesn't get off the ground. We get a cliffhanger. Basically, in our cliffhanger, uh, Green Lantern, Jonelle, she goes to see Sojourner. She goes to see the suspect or the murderer in jail, and he's already dead. That's our cliffhanger. I hate to give you the spoiler, but really nothing else happens in this book worth mentioning. So I'm not gonna hold you up on this review. I don't recommend it. If you are interested in this character, I would probably check out the book where she first shows up. This book, I would probably not read. I'll just wait until the series is over or once we get past this first arc so you can have a firm grasp of what's going on in it. I just hate to have you spend money on it and then you're sitting there like me, like, damn, this is boring. It's not, it's not really interesting. Uh, NK may be a good writer. She's obviously a decorated writer, but she's kind of like Ta-Nehisi Coates on Black Panther, where you have a novelist switching from being a prose writer to writing comic books, and it's because comic books are a visual medium. It doesn't quite translate in most. novelists don't hit the ground running with that. So it may be something where she's just got to get used to writing comic books. So I won't knock her. This just isn't for me, and because comics are so expensive, I can't see myself reading this and paying money for it. So I don't want to knock her, but I'm just gonna pass on this book. If you guys want me to keep reviewing it, I may pick up a second issue, but I don't pirate or anything like that. So any book that I review, I actually have either in my hand or I download digitally. But I don't really like downloading books either. So with that being said, you can find me on Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, GT Media Reviews, or if you're interested in my written reviews, you can check out my blog at gtmediareviews.com. I'll be back with another review tomorrow. Hopefully, it's better than this one. I hate giving the book a bad mark, but I can't recommend it under for those reasons that I noted here. And I hate giving a shallow review, but I don't really like going in depth into spoilers. So all I can really can say is that uh, there's a lot of other choices out there that you can spend your money on this week. You got Fallen Angels came out. You got X-Men #2 that came out. You got Dollhouse that came out from DC. You got Spawn that came out last week, 302. All of those books I would put ahead of this one. If you want to read a black character, go read Spawn. It came out last week and it's $2.99, which is a lot less than what this is. And you actually have action, art, and forward momentum in the plot. This one's moving at a glacial pace, and yeah, have a good one. And I'll talk to you guys again tomorrow. Thanks. Bye.